put it very subtle in the background. Yep, it works. All right. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Welcome to my Wargaming Wednesday. Got something a little bit different today. Normally, what we'll do is we'll sit and we'll talk about things that are going on in the gaming world, and then while you watch me paint miniatures, and we use the chat and we communicate back and forth, etc., etc. Well, in this case, I'm not going to be at my computer. I'm not going to be chatting with you guys till the end. If there's time at the end, then I'll pull myself up to the computer. I'll read your chats and we'll have a discussion. But if there's not enough time, then what I'll do is I will go through the comments and give, if needed, I'll give a text chat. Otherwise, just enjoy yourself, chat amongst yourselves, whatever. There was one big piece of news in the gaming world this week. Warlord Games, as you know, I'm a big fan of Warlord Games. I play Black Powder, Bolt Action quite a bit. I have Hail Caesar and SPQR, and I even have Gates of Antares and Warlords of Erewhon if I get the non-historical itch, but mostly it's Black Powder, Hail Caesar, and Bolt Action. But there was a interesting piece of news this week in that Warlord acquired another game company, miniature company, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Give me a second, I'll jump on my email and we'll see. Well, maybe we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, new window. There we go. Email. Oh, I might not have saved this. Come on. Let's just say I saved a trade newsletter. Or maybe I got it when I went to the website. I don't remember. Okay, now I don't see it. Damn. Oh, here it is. Warlord Games inherit Trent miniatures. For those of you interested in that, you should check that out. Trent has a lot of Napoleonic miniatures. I was pretty excited to see that, but I'm not sure what their quality is, and I don't know. Their price seems a little high. So I'm going to give that a few months and see what Warlord does with that. That might be why they were acquired, is because their prices were probably a little too high. Okay, so in today's show, really, that's really all it is. I wanted to lay out my Quatre Bras battle map that I had made on my ping pong table, which is a 5x9. This mat is a 6x9 painter's mat, and that's why there's about 6 inches extra on both sides, because of the 5-foot ping pong table. Okay, what I had done is, you probably saw the video, it's a white mat. I laid it out. I used spray paint and stencils and masking tape, and I created this battle map, which has the road. Now, the battle map that I made previously, which is actually under the table there, I actually used flock on all this. I used not modeling putty. What was this? Spackle. What's that stuff called? Acrylic flex paste. I put it all over the entire mat so that, and then I used like a green color here and a brown color there, blue color there, to make the mat out of flex paste, acrylic caulking basically, and then once that was on there, then I went ahead and actually put flock on the grass areas and a different color of flock in the woods, and then I highlighted the water with a gloss, and basically I really went to town on that mat, and it cost me quite a bit. With all the materials that I put into that mat, it cost quite a bit of money. I'm going to say upwards in the neighborhood of $80 to $100 overall. And then once I took it to NashCon and we played Quatre Bras on it, I realized during the gameplay, I was ashamed of myself, I realized it wasn't centered properly. The map, you can see this map, you can see the road here, you can see that road. Imagine this road here, which runs at an angle. If this road was straight across the table, this map would have been shifted, right, quite a bit, where this river, which goes kind of up at an angle, would go straight across the table, which all of that's fine. That's all well and good. But what I had done was I had taken the map, I had shifted it, and I had moved it over. So the main road was right about there, right? And these woods were mostly off the map, and there was a lot more maneuver area. Actually, not so much, because I'd stretched the map. But the problem with that was, and not necessarily a problem, but what the theory behind that was, we were not going to be using Jerome's division or the Nassau brigades from the battle, because they primarily fought in the Bazoo Woods, and the Bazoo Woods was only a little portion of the edge of the table. So the way the scenario was written was to do it that way, and then like halfway through the battle, say, give the French a victory condition where they have to move units off the map into the woods to assist Jerome, and nobody would ever do that. I mean, it was ridiculous to even ask someone to do that. And there wasn't enough maneuver room for the French at all to do anything. So I took a close look at the map. I took a close look at the scale of inches on the table versus the battalion sizes and the battalion scale, what they would look like on an actual battlefield, and did some extrapolating and some hypotheticals and stretching. And basically I decided to shift the map to the right, knowing I only have 9 feet to work with. I wanted to shift the map to the right. The map is actually shrunk probably a foot, right? Because that original mat, I think I had done like 10 feet of it. I actually think I did. So from that 10 feet, I shrunk it down into a 9-foot area. I shifted the angle, right? Because the map doesn't have to be perfectly north, it doesn't always have to be that way. So I shifted it a little bit so that, one reason, I wanted to make sure that the Bazoo Woods was on the table and a prominent terrain feature. I wanted to make the road between Gemiancourt and Quatre Bras about the same length. And going straight on, it would push Gemiancourt off the map. So I shifted it, and so far this is all working out really well. This gives me a little bit more French maneuver room here because the river and the lake is moved up, and it keeps these on the table, the Thule area, and it keeps the bridges on the table. And that is really what I wanted to do. Quatre Bras on the far side, on your near side, I noticed that originally I had made space behind the town, which I guess you can't see because it's off camera, but I made space behind the town, which was only about a base wide. And in this case, I made it 6 inches. So if we play on my ping pong table, that little section will disappear. If we play at the convention, they're going to give me 6 feet wide by 12 feet long. So I will be able to play with my full 6-foot table. And so there would be a 6-inch gap behind the towns. Okay. I've been up since for 3 hours, 4 hours. I've been up quite a bit of time, and I didn't sleep much last night because I was excited about today, and knowing that you've seen my table. I don't know if you've seen my table in any of my other videos, but it is packed full of boxes. I mean, I have shipping boxes. What the hell? Shipping boxes, boxes of miniatures, boxes of hobby supplies like flock and paint and stuff like that. And then I've got even more boxes of like paper and bubble wrap and shipping tape and basically a bunch of junk. It really is junk over there. And so I knew that I was going to have to clean all that off to get this table to lay out. And then I also knew I was going to have to roll out the ping pong table and lay it down. Because normally what I do is I lift that backside and I push it up against those shelves over there. And then I just use half the table as my hobby table, work table, just project table. But knowing I needed to clean all that off and pull this table out, I wanted to give myself some time. Luckily, I didn't need that much time. It only took me about an hour and a half. But I cleaned everything off. I put it on the floor over here behind me. And then I laid everything out. And then I took most of that stuff and I shoved it up underneath this table, right? So if you were to look under that table, it would be a disaster. There's not really, everything's stacked up nice and neat, but it's under the table. I'm going to use this as an opportunity. So this was half of the reason why I did this was, okay, now I'm talking at the computer like the camera is over, like the microphone's over here, when really the microphone's sitting right there. I'm going to take this opportunity to do a couple of three things. I printed out the units that are required for Quatre Bras, and I'm going to, as I pull the units out, and you're going to get to see me do this, I'm going to pull the units out, I'm going to put them in their deployment zones, but I'm going to check them off to make sure that I haven't missed something. Basically, I'm just double checking my work. Okay. Now, do I have all the battalions? No. I'm about 2/3 of the way there. Maybe 3/5. These guys should be the French, and this is the Ally, which it's not necessarily more. I printed it at a larger font, but we're gonna go over those as I pull them out. That was one reason why I did this. The second reason was I was tired of seeing that big pile of junk on the end of my table. So I wanted to pull, and I did. I spent hours doing this. I pulled it off. I organized the boxes. Like I said, oh, here's some foam. I need to put it over here. Oh, here's some bubble wrap. Let's put it over there. Here's a bunch of miniatures I'm planning on painting sometime this year. So let's put those in this box. And then here's some rule sets. Let's put them over there. So basically, I went through all those boxes. It really wasn't all that. But I went through those boxes and I kind of reorganized a little bit. And then my plan is when I put this up, when I go back to standard operating procedure, I will take those boxes that I reorganized and I'll do a little bit more reorganizing, and I'll probably try to keep them under the table and very little bit of it on the top of the table, just to keep the table clean, because a clean workshop is a clean spirit, and a clean spirit is just clean, right? Your mind and your consciousness just winds up being clean. So it's always better. And I don't know if you can't see this, it's not on the camera, but this camera is sitting right where my painting table normally resides. I had to move it over to the side, which is fine. But in preparation for that, I made sure that I cleaned up all my painting table and reorganized my paints, and basically I just feel like it was spring cleaning or something over here. So we got all that done. Okay, and then the last reason why I did it was so that I could empty out everything under the table and vacuum under there, because it's been almost a year since I vacuumed under the table. And so I don't know if there's, just dust or whatever under there. I need to clean it up. So this is basically selfish. I'm doing this as an inventory to make sure I got everything where I'm at, but also I'm on a cleaning spree. All right. Now, I do want to let you know that I am physically exhausted. I don't know if you know how old I am, but I'm like 99 years old. Okay. No, I'm kidding. 58 years old. Just throwing that out there. So my ticker is like going, I'm exhausted, but also because of all this, because I was trying to get it done by 11 o'clock, and also the No, I guess that's it. Okay, let's crank up a light or two to help with the lighting. Or not. Okay. I have this whole green screen studio light set up that I never break out. There's no real need to do it. Okay. I got every light on. Okay. I put these out here just to show you. Let's just grab a dude. These I made a couple of years back for bolt action, and I wasn't using them originally for my Quattro Bra game, but I made them for bolt action, but they're perfect for Quattro Bra. And I've got a whole shelf full of them up there. I think 24 of these. I got 24 of these, and these are the 7-inch Woodland Scenics armatures, covered with just your standard green lichen, and then sprayed with a like a spray cement, like a, you know what I'm talking about. And then I sprinkled on some flock. Yeah, and these are put on washers. These things, this one's like stiff. This one was a little soft. But I made them originally for like D&D or bolt action, black powder, Hail Caesar. They work perfect for all of the 28mm stuff. So, but I've got enough of these to cover this. Not 100%, but like, you know, about that far apart would be perfectly fine. You know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 would cover this area. I've only got a couple of small patches of woods over there, maybe 2 or 3 more. Yeah, so I could actually make this pretty thickly wooded with 24 of these. So there's no need for me to put them out on the table for us to see. Plus, I have a bunch of these little HO. These were for HO when I used to do a lot of command decision in 1/72nd. Also on washers, just to prevent it from tipping over. I can intermix these with the other trees, or if I wanted to, I could make little vignettes out here, you know, and just to give the battlefield a little bit extra what's the word I'm looking for? Just give it a little bit more green on the terrain, a little more distracting. I also have these type of trees. What is this? A spruce tree? And these are really good for, you know, just putting in different areas to give your battlefield a little bit extra green, but not a wooded area, right? Just a little bit of something. And that way, if you're playing with friends, and this game well, convention style or with friends, you're going to have a team of players. Everybody's playing a division or something like that. And you might say, you see that tree over there? You stay to the right of that tree. I'll stay to the left of this tree. Or you might say, I'm going to move my cannons up to that tree over there, and that's where I'm going to, you know. Basically, it gives you a reference point on the battlefield for you and your friends to kind of to bounce off of. Also, it just looks good. Also, I think I'm completely out. I might have just a little bit left. But when I made all those trees, I burned through like all of my lichen. I think I have a very small box of lichen somewhere. It's super small, but what I would do is I would kind of scatter it along the edge of the river just to make it look like, you know, the bank of the river. So just laying this out, realizing I probably need to get some more lichen for that. I have like a major hedge that goes along that road there, so that shouldn't be a problem, and there should be a hedge there, a defensive position really. There's a minor road that goes through here. I decided not to paint it on there, but if I feel like it, I can put some small hedges, or I can put some fencing down to give the illusion that there is a road there. Okay. So far, so good. Oh yeah, bridges. Okay. And I'm going to pick these up as we go. I don't like this bridge here. This bridge, I mean, it's a beautiful bridge. It's great. But I prefer this bridge for bolt action and not black powder for some reason. It probably is supposed to be a black powder bridge. This is one of those Sarissa limited arched bridges. It's just, it's made out of that MDF. It's just, I don't like these lips on the side. I mean, it just doesn't. And when I put it there, I mean, I could probably shave those off, but I'm not going to. But it kind of just doesn't feel right there. But it also does. I got this American War of Independence bridge, which I prefer this style against that style. That is just way too big. I prefer this style. But this one is too long. So if I was to put it there, if I center it, it sticks into my town, my Jemian Court farm. I could scoot it up, but then it's not centered. Or I could use it over here, and it almost crosses both rivers. I don't like. This is my most favorite bridge. This was from Miniature Authority, and it's kind of like a resin. It works perfect right there. It's the perfect length. It doesn't have any lip to, it doesn't give you any lip. Okay, no, it doesn't have any like unneeded basing, If I had 3 of those, that would be great. But I don't. And that is kind of pricey. This thing was, I don't know, expensive. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to need a bridge or 2, and I'm going to have to measure, get an idea of how big of a bridge I need. Okay, last thing about these buildings. Okay, I laid some buildings out just to make sure I had enough buildings. I do have one more building coming out. It's coming in. It's a ramshackle hut. Ramshackle hut. It's from, I bought it on the Perry website. I think it's Renedra. So it's going to be like a plastic model kit. Okay. You can see how this house, or maybe I should show you one over there. You can see how I put the building inside the black area. The black is the actual built up area. But you can put the building in there, and then when you deploy troops, you deploy troops around the building. Okay, so I'm grabbing a 6-base battalion. Okay, and so when you deploy your unit in the town, you can see there's enough space between the building and the edge of the black. Now you can see there's not enough space there, but there is, because there's a spot right there. And Yep. So then you got your guys deployed in the town, and that's how I plan to do the majority of my buildings, is to have enough space around the building marked in black so that you could see that they're deployed. These buildings do have roofs and you can put figures inside, but that's not supposed to be, that's more of a bolt action and not a black powder. Okay, so let's put these buildings up and then let's start putting troops out. Now, I have some music playing in the background. It's very subtle, as I hope. I'm probably not going to be talking 100% of the time. That's why I decided to put the music on, because I might be quiet, or I might be, might be some dead air. So I want to make sure there was a little bit of something going on back in the background. Okay. And I don't even think this unit is supposed to be there. Okay. I think this is one of my proxies. Uxbridge. Yeah. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Well, let's start with the French. Oh, another reason why I kind of wanted to do this was once I get all the figures off the shelf, then when I go to put them back on the shelf, I can organize them a little bit better. Okay, we're going to start with the French, which is this group right here, and it's going to be on this side of the table. Bear with me, I'm drinking. All right. And I might take numerous breaks because I am, for some reason, I'm winded. I got low oxygen today. Okay, so we should have Nay and Real. Okay, so there's Riley. No, that's Real. And there's Nay. They provide rerolls. That's it. All right, so now let's go to first group, which is the 5th Division, right? Now, 5th Division is Bachelou, and Bachelou should be deployed over here. So let's go ahead and do that. 5th Division, Bachelou, Campy, and Husson. Okay, so there's Bachelou. There's 1st Brigade, Husson. 2nd Brigade, Campy. All right, so far so good. First, second, and third of the 2nd light. I don't think I have that. Bear with me, this is going to take a moment. Okay, well there's 1st and 2nd light. So I've been meaning to do this. Check, check. Now there should be actually a 4th, a 3rd and 4th battalion. Right, and here is the 61st line. And these models look good for Perry's, or I think they're Perry's. Okay, 61st line. Yeah, there should be 2 battalions of the 61st. So I'm missing 2/3 or two lights and a line out of Husan. Now we go to Campy. He's got the 108. These guys must be front rank because they are metal. That's 1st and 2nd Battalion of the 108th. Let's check those off. And I'm not doing the 3rd Battalion of the 108th because it's so small. I just rolled those men into the other battalions. And this is the 72nd, which is going to have the 1st and 2nd Battalion. As well. Now, if it looks like they're a little uneven, it's because this map has some wrinkles. I might need to iron it before taking it to a convention or something. Yeah, and I just played D'Erleron's attack on my Scourge of War campaign that I'm doing, and I did pretty good. That should go live at midnight tonight. It's still processing. Okay, there's the 72nd. In its entirety, that's good. There should also be a 6-pound artillery piece, huh? Okay. It's part of that division. Good. So that division is done, except it does, well, no, I mean, done as in this is the number of figures that I've got available. There needs to be a limber for every one of my guns. I think I'm going to make some limber tokens and not necessarily models. So I'm going to have some bases like this, and it's just going to say limbered on there, and then that way it basically just represents a token of limbered. Actually, with this length, it might go up on there like that. Then they just move around as a march column or something. We'll figure it out. Okay. Next division is Jerome under the 6th Division, but he actually doesn't come in at the start of the game. I think he comes in on turn 2. I might change that to turn 3 or 4. I'll have to figure it out. But there's Jerome. There's his artillery piece. That's 1st Brigade Bowden. 2nd Brigade Soy. Like soybeans. Okay. So 1st Brigade has the 1st Ligier. Which I'm short 1 battalion. Because there's 3 battalions and I only have 2. I wish the magnets were just a little bit stronger. Now, something I'm going to need to do is make movement trays. I've already started making a few, and that way when I pick up a battalion, I can just pick it up as one piece instead of like what you see me doing. Okay, so that's first and second of the first Laguerre. So I'm missing the 3rd Battalion. And then there's the 3rd line. I only have the 1st Battalion of the 3rd line. Okay, I'm going to put this off to the side because it's a different regiment. Okay, and that should have 2 battalions, but I've only got 1. Okay. And then when it comes to soy, I have no battalions for soy. None. I haven't started anything for soy. So we'll need to get that taken care of eventually. Okay, the next division is my favorite of all time. I don't know why. There's no particular reason why it's my favorite division. But it's Foy. Foy with Gauthier. I guess that's Jean-Joseph Gauthier. And Jean-Baptiste Jamin. Okay. So those are the 2 brigades there, plus a 6-pounder. And Jammin', I think I'm 100% finished. Okay, Jammin', let's see what we got. We've got 3 battalions of the 100th line. Yep. I'm going to scoot him forward. You can see there's a little bump in the paper. Now that might be because I put a piece of fabric underneath to cover the, and that just might be rolling up. Yeah, it's just rolling up. Because there is a seam in the ping pong table about 1/2 inch wide, and I just I wanted to cover the seam. Okay. Okay. These all feel metal. This whole battalion. Yeah. They all feel metal. But I don't remember doing a regular front rank line unit. Huh. Okay, these guys are metal too. Okay. And you can see the regimental color, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion Fanions. I call it Fanion, but it's probably just Fanion. Yeah, I'm cleaning off this shelf over here. That's cool. Okay, so there's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Battalion. Of the 100th. And then I should have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Battalion of the 4th Light. Or Ligier. Depending on how you pronounce it. Another reason why I need those movement trays, imagine you're at a convention and you're hosting the game and you got to have your miniature set out, but you only have like 30 minutes to lay out the terrain and the troops. You can't do it. It's just way too hard. But with movement trays, you can just pick the whole tray up and the whole battalion will be put down. And as you know, my standard battalion size is 6 bases, 4 figures per base. I think I should count my figures. I could just do math, but count battalions times 24, etc., etc. But I'm curious. I would like to know how many figures have I painted for this project so far. Okay, that brigade is finished. Okay, what about 1st Brigade? You got the 92nd. Yep. All right, that's the 92nd. That's all I got. 1 battalion. There's supposed to be 2. All right, no worries. And then next is the 93rd. Okay, I have 2 battalions of the 93rd. Remember, if you want to drop any questions in the chat, you can. I'll try to answer those at the end. Yeah, so I have 2 battalions of the 93rd. So the 93rd is done, but the 92nd still needs 1 more battalion. And that's a fairly small brigade, actually, compared to like that guy. All right. That's the end of the 3 infantry divisions. You can see that there are some holes. One of them is this entire brigade is missing. There's probably a battalion there, a couple of battalions there, a couple of battalions here, a couple of battalions there. You know, that's the way it works. But Jammin', he's ready to go. He's got all of his troops. Okay. The next one should be Pyre, which is the 2nd Cavalry Division. And he would go somewhere in this neighborhood. There's Pyre. Okay, something's up. Oh, here he goes. 1st Brigade, Hubert. And 2nd Brigade is Wathiez, which I thought was this guy. And it is. All right. Wathiez. Okay. So Hubert has 2 chasseur regiments. That's one. And that's 2. And that's it for them. The 1st and the 6th. All right. Now the 2nd Brigade has Lancer regiments. The 5th and the 6th. Well, I only have 1. I have more on the way. Okay, so I have the 5th. Good deal. I do not have horse artillery. I got that on the way. So when I get the horse 6-pounder in, then we'll have that. Okay. The corps artillery is a 12-pounder. Here he is. Corps artillery, 12-pounder. Okay, and that is Rial's corps. It takes up the entire table, which, as it should, you know. It makes maneuvering difficult, mainly because, well, first of all, there's going to be another couple of regiments over here, so you could only imagine. Whoops. There. That would be full of troops. this brigade here will probably be able to get up on the flank on the road over here, as it should, and then this one could probably get into this area. This guy could probably spread out here, and then Soy could probably help in there, or Bowden is definitely going to go up through the woods. I'm just thinking future. It would be very hard for the French to do any kind of maneuvering. It's pretty much just go straight and enjoy. All right, now there is guard cavalry and Kellerman's Corps and guard cavalry. I do not have the guard cavalry figures, which are Dutch Lancers, Polish Lancers, and Chasseurs of the Guard. Four regiments total, four units. I don't have any of those. I do have the cuirassier. And what I'll do is put that right there. So I've got Kellerman, (11th Cavalry Division, Hertier, and 2nd Brigade, Guten? Okay. Which these guys would come on in a latter turn as reinforcements. Okay. So there's the two cuirassier regiments, the 6th and the 11th. But Brigade Piquet, needing the 2 dragoons, I do not have those at all. Okay. I have an Empress Dragoons regiment that I could substitute for one of the dragoons. And I don't have any artillery for the... I don't have a Lefevre, because that's what I need, right? I need a Lefevre Division General, and I need Lehemond and Colbert. Colbert I've got on the way. But yeah, that whole Guard Cav thing, I'm a little bit off the mark with those guys. Okay, so my inventory is actually accurate for the French. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Okay, let's check the time. I'm sitting at 12 o'clock. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get the British out, mainly because I would have to carry it to the other side of the table. And then I would have to put it all away. So what I'm going to do is grab it, just reach across the table and set the British up halfway across the table. That way they'll all be close to my shelf. Okay, so let's pull this back. Let's get this Corps commander and his gun, and then the left wing commander back. There we go. Now I should have some room to put some British out there. Or allies, however you want to look at it. Okay. Let's start with Wellington. Arthur Wellington. Oh, yes. And the Prince of Orange. Okay, so you got these two and those two. Now, my understanding is the Prince of Orange was there for the first half of the battle, and Wellington didn't get there till the second half of the battle. But this map and the deployment of the troops represent the second half of the battle. So Wellington will be there and most of the troops will be there. Okay, so here we go. 1st Guard Division with Cook. I have Cook marked, but I don't think I've got him actually divisionized. Yeah, I've got Uxbridge. I've got Vivian and Ponsonby, if you can believe that. I've got Maitland and Bing, but I don't think I've got Cook. Yeah. We're going to have to do Cook. So I'm going to, it says I've got him, but I know I don't. So I'm going to put an X by that, saying that that's an incorrect. But Bing and Maitland, I've got both of those. Okay, so in my general video that I did, I called them Huey and Dewey because I didn't know where I wanted to use them. But yeah, we got those. But I don't have. Okay, I've got. I've got Sandham's Royal Artillery somewhere. Where do I do my artillery? That's Roger. That's Cleve. All French. Sandham's Royal Artillery. There it is. Okay, and I am working on the 2nd Battalion of the 1st Regiment of Foot. I have that up on the shelf here. I'm working on eight bases for that. I already have the 3rd Battalion of 1st Regiment of Foot already assembled and popsicle sticked and primed. It's just that with so many bases, I didn't want to do both battalions at the same time. I think it would slow me down. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these guys, I don't have anything for them. But that's okay. We're going to go with it. Some of them I have everything for them. Okay, 3rd Division is Alton. Okay, I got 3rd Division right there, which has Halkett and Kielmansegg. Halkett and Kielmansegg. Halkett is 5th Brigade, but I have none of those regiments finished. But on the other hand, Kielmansegg, I've got some, that's the 1st Hanoverian Brigade, and I've got some Hanoverians. I got the Field Jaeger Battalion. I've got the Lundbergs. Field Battalion, which is actually kind of a light battalion. Skirmishers or rifle. There you go. Grubenhagen. Also light. Yeah, this Hanover brigade was set up for success. Grubenhagen, Lundberg, Field. I've got the Osnabrücks, which is also called the Duke of York. It's a lot of green there, except these guys aren't lights. Okay. But I don't have the Bremens. Okay. I could probably use a filler for that, actually. But let's check these off. Done, done, done. Done. Done, done. Okay. There should be Lloyd and Cleve. There's Cleves. There's Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd and Cleves battery. One's King's German, one's not. Okay. Oh, and I also am missing the Field Battalion Verdun. So 2 more Field Battalions are missing over there, but that's okay. That's 3rd Division. One of the brigades has 0 British, and the other brigade is Hanover. Now, I have this 2nd Brigade KGL 3rd Division Tita. He's part of 3rd Division. I don't think he made it to Quatre Bras. I think he is a Waterloo asset. Okay. Okay, moving on to the 2nd Netherlands Division, which is Perponcher. Ooh, that's got to be up here. Okay. 2nd Netherlands, Perponcher. With Bylant and Godecki. There's Bylant. There's Godek. Okay. Bylant and Godek. Godek is the NASA guy that the general looks really cool. I like the way that figure looks. Okay. Let's mark off some generals. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we got the artillery, the Bitchleveld, and the Stevenart. Okay. Volunteer Jaeger Company, which 6 figures, skirmish. Okay. We have some NASA infantry, which I think this is part of the 28th Regiment. I think I'm gonna have to go back and verify that, but they're wearing green, and I think that's part of the orange Nassau's. Yeah, 28th Regiment. So I'm missing the 2nd Battalion of that, which I've got the figures for it. And then there should be 3 battalions of the 2nd Nassau. but I only have one. Now that could be reversed, but that's okay. Yeah, that's it for the Nassau. Now the Dutch Belgians, we got the 7th Infantry, which I built a large 7th Infantry, but through further research I realized it shouldn't have been large. I was trusting the scenario and not history. So basically I got 2 extra bases that could go somewhere else. Alright, there's supposed to be the 7th line, which that is, the 27th Jaegers, there you go, the 27th Jaegers, done. Now there are 3 militia battalions, the 5th, 7th, and the 8th. I don't have them fixed. I do have the miniatures. I think they're all front rank. Okay, so that's the 2nd Netherlands Division. Very kind of hit or miss. I need to do the militia. I need to do the the 2nd and 3rd battalions of the 2 regiments there. Well, a total of 3 regiments. I need to do 3 more battalions. 3 more battalions. Okay. All right, now Wellington actually that's the 1st Corps, which is kind of, sloppy. And then we have the 2nd Corps, which is actually commanded by Wellington and Picton. Picton's division, 5th Division, set him over here. I'm just going to shovel that to the left a little bit, just to give myself some room. Okay, Picton's division. He has Rogers and Brown's artillery. That's Roger. Brown is a Hanover? Yep. It's a Hanover artillery battery, and this is the Royal Artillery. Okay, good. Got them marked. Now I should have Kempt, Pack, and Best. Kemp, Pack, And I have Vinky, but I'm going to use them as best. All right. "32nd Cornwall." That's Kemp. Yep. Okay. "32nd Cornwall." "79th Cameron Highlanders." Those Highlanders look cool. All my Highlanders look really good. I spent quite a bit of time with their kilts. 28th. Okay, let me make sure I'm getting this. 28th. 32nd Cornwall. Cameron Highlanders. And the 95th Rifles. Okay, so that whole 8th Brigade is finished. 9th Brigade, which is Pack. The 92nd Highlanders. It's probably the 42nd. 42nd Highlanders. Or is that the Black Watch? I think so. "44th East Essex." 1st Royal Scots. Okay, that brigade is finished as well. First Royal Scots, Black Watch, East Essex, Cameron. Okay. Best, which is the 4th Hanover Brigade. Has nothing. I do have some Hanovers up here that I'm going to use as a proxy. I got 3 battalions of Hanovers up here that I'm going to proxy. Because like this one's Griffhorn, you know, and then I've got the Penalty. And then I've got a field battalion, Kallenberg. Those are all going to have to be proxied. Because those are all part of Vinky's battalion, or I'm sorry, brigade. But Vinky's not there, Best is there. So we'll leave them alone. I do have a couple of, I've got a King's German Legion, a 4th King's Own, 52nd Oxford. I've got a small 95th. I've even got Scots Greys. Oh, what about these guys? Okay. Boy, it's going to take me an hour or two just to pick everything up. Okay, well, let's look at Merlin, right? Skipping the Brunswick Corps. I have the entire Brunswick Corps. Everything up there. Okay. Yeah. Brunswick, 100%. Done. Okay. The Merlin, which is call him Merlin. The 5th Light Dragoons. Okay, there's the 5th Light Dragoons. And the 6th Dutch Hussars. So those are all done. All right. This brigade needs to be larger. This brigade has 2 battalions missing. That brigade has absolutely nothing in it. These 2 are finished. He has nothing in it, So he's going to need his land veer. His best. And then Brunswick core actually takes up like from the road to the edge of the table. They fill up, they're pretty large. Okay. Yeah. And then I've got a few extra units up here that I can use as proxies. Like I've got the 21st French. That's actually part of 1st Corps. I don't know why I did it. And then I've got a King's German Legion here. 5th. He might actually be part of Amtida's KGL brigade for 3rd Division. Okay, we got some wind outside blowing some stuff around. I was like, what the hell is all that? And I've got a lot of limber tokens that I'm going to have to make. I have things like this, which is like an ammo carriage. It's actually the same length as my limbers, right? So I could technically just say use this as a limber, which I will actually. And I've got another one, another type of ammo carriage. Now I think these are American War of Independence, but I don't care. And failing that, I'm going to make just some limber tokens. I actually got some different wood coming in to use for that. I also have a Dutch and a Belgian general with no names if I need for the future. All right, well, I think that's it for the putting the figures out on the table. I would like to see if anybody's got any questions. I don't see anything put into the chat, but that's perfectly fine. I'm going to take this time now to kind of organize my shelf a little bit here. Who is this? This is the 3rd Netherlands Division, Chase. Amtida as part of the 3rd Division. He actually might be part of Chase's division. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, this place right here. I'm gonna show my shelf a little bit as I start to put stuff up. Okay, there's terrain up there, so looks good. All right, let me get a drink and then we'll get set up, start to put stuff up. I see there's a lot of people jumping in to the Wargaming Wednesday stream and then they're jumping out. Maybe this isn't what they thought it was going to be. And that's okay. You know, come back next Wednesday when I'm painting. What I'd really like to do, these are my 4 shelves for my Napoleonic Quatre Bras. I am going to be clearing this shelf off, these 2 shelves, and then maybe moving my Hail Caesar stuff down a level so that I can put extra stuff in there. Okay. If you can see this, this is fine. All of this right here is the Brunswick Corps. You got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Battalion of the Line. You got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Battalion of the Light. We have the Uhlans. We have the Hussars. We have the Avant-Garde and the Life Guard, as well as the 2 artillery pieces, Heinemann and Maul, and then we have the 2 brigade commanders. We've got Speck, Butler, and then of course the Duke of Brunswick. I'm not going to move them because, hey, they're already taking up a lot of space. So I'm just going to leave them right there. These are the extra 2 bases for the Belgian line. I made them out to be a large unit, but you don't need them to be large. Oh, my phone is buzzing. Spam. Okay. Okay, so I've got these 2 like 12-inch trays up here. I don't know if my 1st Division would take up this much space. Probably not. They are large battalions. Let me measure that out here. Okay, that's the French. Okay, so there's 4 battalions. That's not very many. And 2 artillery pieces. Yeah, 4 battalions, 2 artillery pieces. They're large battalions. Yeah. Only one of those trays should be enough for the 1st Division. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be 1st Division's zone of control or area. These figures still need to be painted. Okay. All right, 1st Division done. The next one should be 3rd Division. I want to do this kind of in order. And this is my 3rd Division, right? Nope, that's 5th. Okay. This is 3rd. Yep, 3rd. The Hanover Brigade, 5th Brigade. Yep. Yep. Those are the only 2 brigades, huh? Okay. These guys should be able to be put on here 3 battalions deep. The battalions are only 5 inches wide. So if I was to do some math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3 columns, 15 inches. Okay, so that should only take 15 inches. But I like to put spaces between brigades. But if I do it by division, it will only be 15 inches. Well, that's not really true, because then I've got my artillery pieces and the general. Yeah, Lüneburg, Grubenhagen, Verden, Bremen. Those are all in the same brigade. So I moved the guns over to kind of mark the space that it's going to take. There we go, that's 3rd Division. Up and on. So the Netherlands, perfect. We're going to put the Netherlands right in here. Or the 2nd Netherlands, which I guess is these guys over there. If I was to count battalions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus. So it's going to be more than 15 inches. We're going to say 20 inches. Yeah. And we'll mark that with the artillery. Okay. We'll put 1st Brigade first, which is Biolant. Right, okay. He needs all of his militia, which yeah, he needs his militia. Finish out his brigade. I'm gonna do some math. I'm gonna actually count up numbers of figures that I have finished. Eventually. Seventh Belgian line. Seventh Jaegers. Yeah, I wasn't even prepared to do the 3rd Division. For some reason, I was thinking it was only the 5th Division. You know, only Picton. I didn't realize that Alton was there as well. Okay, that's Bylant. And then Godecahedron. No, the, what do you call them? The Nassau. I thought all Nassau were green. I didn't know that half of them were in blue. I learned a lot of things about history and military uniforms and stuff like that by doing research on units and fighting style and tactics and stuff like that. And then you learn, oh, they had this type of musket, or this, they used this weight of ball or whatever. Okay, that line is a pretty good delineation between Bylant and these guys, except he's got to have 3 more. He's got to have 3 more battalions. Yikes, because of the militia. Right? Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just kind of center these and we'll figure it out as we go. Because I need like 3 more battalions for this guy as well, don't I? Yeah, I do. So those cannons would be where the other battalions would be, but I would just have to move these cannons. And this is where those other 3 battalions would be. I would just have to move. Yeah. Okay, I think that'll work. All right, so that's the 2nd Netherlands moved up there. Just trying to organize. 1st Division, 3rd Division, 2nd Netherlands, Brunswick. I think I'm going to put Merlin right there because, you know, he's part Netherlands. So we'll get the 6th Hussars. Yeah, and I think there's going to be enough room for the Brunswickers. 5th Light Dragoons. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. There's a little extra room there. Merlin. I hear somebody outside. I wonder if it's my wife. She should be home any second now. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that gets us all the way to the Brunswick. I guess I need to do 5th Division starting right here. So this guy's going to have to move. He's going to be a proxy. That's a Dutch and a Belgian general, but they're just extras. So I'm going to put him up there with the Dutch and Belgian division. Okay. So now we're going to go with Picton. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day, okay?
I will. You too.
Thank you, sir. And that's your mail, too, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, you guys get to see. My wife got a letter, but more importantly, I got my front rank order in. Oh man. Okay, we gotta open it up on camera, live. How much time do I got left anyway? 3 minutes? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going until I get all these picked up. But I'm excited. I might have to put those British Guard down. No, I'm not going to do that. It's just I know what I've got my next project. Okay, front rank. Here we go. Okay, Continental Infantry, American War of Independence. French Horse Artillery. Yep, French Horse Artillery, 2 guns. Hundred Years' War Archers. Yeah, I definitely order the battalion packs. They come like 24 figures at a time. Could you save a few dollars that way? Oh, dang, this is heavy. 12 mounted cavalry. French, obviously. Coal packs. Must be my guard chasseurs. Hundred Years' War special deal. Look like billmen. And swordsmen with bucklers and halberds. Okay. Lancers. Look like line lancers, actually. 12 mounted figures. Cav. Yay. And they got non-stop work. There are more packs. I just don't feel like digging. Okay. American Continentals. Okay. The Continentals I plan to paint and put up on my store. Did I get 3 Continentals? Maybe I got some British. These look British. I don't know. We'll figure it out. They might be Continentals as well. Because I thought I ordered just... No, I ordered some British. Is this the one thing I've been looking for? Cavalry... Look like dragoons. Ouch. I just poked myself. Yeah, these are dragoons. All right. And there's one standard pole. Must have popped through one of the bags. I don't feel anything else in there. Let's take a look at our little invoice here. French Chasseurs of the Guard, French Horse Artillery, French Line Dragoons, Archers, Infantry, yep, British Line, Continental, and Line Lancers. I didn't order Guard Lancers? I thought I did. Oh well. No worries. I do have a Perry order on the way in too, so maybe it was a Perry that I put the Line Lancers. I don't remember. A lot of metal. All right, back to doing what we're doing. Hopefully we can get this knocked out. Okay, Picton's division. 8th Brigade, which is Kemp, which I think is this guy. Kemp. We're going to go with these. Now, instead of putting 3 battalions and then 1 and then overlapping, I'm actually just going to put 2 battalions side by side for a total of 4 and call it a brigade. And it'll take up 10 inches, but that's okay. And that'll leave me room in front for general and artillery and stuff like that. '79th Highlanders. '95th Rifles. I think 1st Battalion actually was a full battalion, and then the other 2 battalions were only about like company size or something like that. Because I think all 3 battalions were represented. Alright, that's Kemp. Next one is supposed to be pack. Okay. That's good. That's these guys. So if you were to give me a best guess based on the figures you saw on the table, how many figures do you think that is? Just guessing. I'm going to go through later, count up my battalions that I've got completed, multiply by 24 to see how many figures I've got done, and then the cavalry. I don't know. Should cavalry count as 2? Because the horse and the man. The Highlanders look really good. Okay, well that's a lot of British. I thought it was closer to having all the British done, but I guess I'm not. Well, not only do I need to do the guards, but I also need to do that whole brigade. Okay, that's pack. We'll put both these artillery pieces up there, as well as the division and Vinky, which doesn't have any units. Now these three Highlander, or I'm sorry, these three what do you call them? Hanover units. I'm going to bring those over here and use them as proxies. Okay, makes that division look full. Okay, even though it's not. Okay, that was the 4th Hanover Brigade. Should be best. I don't really have any units in best. Brunswick. Okay, everything's done. So from, British. So from everything from here down is really just proxy or getting ready for Waterloo. So I'm gonna leave a space. Oh, this is one of my guard units. Yeah, okay. So it should be up here with the guard. Very nice. Done. Okay. There is a ton of British cavalry for Waterloo that I want to do. Maybe I should reserve that for some limbers or some such nonsense, because that's not going to be enough for my French. I don't think. Yep. Scots Greys, which I painted them only because I wanted to paint them, not because I needed them. This is the 52nd, which is a light battalion, but it's large. It's supposed to be the largest battalion at Waterloo. There's a rifleman company, so they're all skirmishers. 2nd of the 95th is how I have them labeled. And then I also have rocket artillery. I'll just slide that in there. I'm going to cut it off right about there. Got to get those guys. Okay. I'm going to put orange with my Netherlands. These two, I plan to make them my guard artillery and guard generals. Still need a guard division general. And then Wellington, I'll put him over here by Picton. There we go. I think that's good. And these are British limbers. These are French limbers, so I'm going to put them over here anyway. Now there's these 4-inch plates, painting palette things that I put a little edge around the edge so that I could use them for my cavalry that are on the 50 millimeter bases, because I could put 4 cav in one of these trays. And then that helps with maneuvering. Plus, I have a lot of these old Games Workshop movement trays that you can put units in and move them around like that. So it just depends. Now I made those this size when I was using small units, but I'm not using small units anymore. Okay, who are these guys? Omtita and 3rd Division, right? 3rd Netherlands. Okay, well I'm going to put you down here on the end because I might do some Netherlands down here. Artillery caissons. This guy's extremely long. This is a wagon. I think it's that long. All right. Now how do I want to start the French? I want to start the French probably right here with 2nd Corps, 5th Division, right? Okay, that's what I'm thinking. And these guys are all going to have to get moved out of the way and put somewhere. And these are well, I don't know, I got some extra cannons, it looks like. All right, good to go. 5th Division, that's these guys. Okay. That's the British. That's the French. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battalions. That'll work really well with 2 rows. That's 1 row. Dang. Okay, I noticed up at 1 o'clock I didn't see any comments or chats, but I appreciate that because I'm not in front of the camera. I'm not at my desk painting. So I would have to get them I'd have to get them afterwards anyway. Okay, so that's going to be 1st Brigade of 5th Division. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And that should be 2nd Brigade. And looking at 2nd Brigade, there's actually only 4 battalions. Okay, so 2nd Brigade looks like it's finished. Okay, 1st Brigade, 2nd Brigade, Artillery, Division General. Okay, they're good to go. Then it comes up to Jerome with his 6th Division, which is these guys. Not very many, but it should be quite a few. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're a total of 4 lines. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, so Get you out of the way. 21st Regiment. You're in the wrong spot. Okay. Empress Dragoons. I'm just going to keep sliding you until I slide you off the shelf. Bowden and Soy. Soy just doesn't have any troops. Yep. But Bowden does. Okay, Bowden and Soy, and Bowden, Soy, and the gun. Okay. Okay, that'll give me enough room to fill that division up. Okay, with that gun sitting off to the side. All right, and the last one is Foy. And wow, Foy's got a full brigade right here. Okay, picked a bad side. Thought the white side would be smoother, but it's actually got more bumps. Okay. Heavy, heavy, heavy. A lot of these are heavy metal. Almost not enough room for the division or the brigade general. Almost. It's tight. Okay, I'll have to organize that and tweak that a little bit. Going back to this side. Okay, now okay. Tuba. Gothier. Let's go ahead and put Foy and his gun down. Okay, so we got this little extra piece here. Not sure what I can put there. I was thinking about French and then wrapping this way with the cav. Instead of starting back down over here. I think I'm just gonna wrap. I could put the 11th, but there's gonna be more. There's gonna be, yeah, the 11th is gonna have a lot more. Pyre is gonna have one more. I could put part of Pyre here and then part of Pyre there. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. We'll put the chasseurs, whoops, up here. And then we'll put the lancers below. Oh, that's heavy. Okay. Spire. Okay, so we're looking at Royale, Nay, and a core artillery, which I have is 12 pounder. Okay. All right. And then working our way left from here, we go with the cuirassier and the dragoons. So what I'll do is I'll set the cuirassier up side by side, making room for the dragoons when I get them done. Okay, fully picked up. All right, so from here over, it's all proxies, which isn't much. It's just one infantry, some guns, the Empress Dragoons, which I could use as one of these two Dragoons, and I've got a Dragoon in that box that I just received today. I think I received some Lancers too, some line Lancers, so that'll flesh them out. And then got some horse artillery, which will be good for Pyre. He's supposed to have a horse artillery gun. And then Yeah, the British KGL horse artillery is coming from Perry. And that should do it. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and watching me kind of just go through this on this table. It was something I wanted to do for myself, mainly to clean up the table, but also to do a little inventory of my troops to make sure that I've got what I thought I had. And then that's going to, basically it helps me let me know which units I need to order or which units I need to build out or anything like that. So, and it also helped me a little bit with terrain. What I was thinking of doing was making a template for like a cardstock template of each of these city centers, and then cutting out some MDF board and building up a little city center, but I don't think I need to do that. Yeah, I decided I'm not going to do that. But I do need to get some more lichen because I'm all out. Alright guys, appreciate you. Catch you next week. Oh wait, we got some questions. Before I leave, I'm going to answer these questions. Oh my god, what an army you got there. How did I miss this channel? Hey Nick Games. And nice job getting things organized. Very inspirational. Yeah, yeah, I was talking about the shelves. Yeah, because it kind of just helps me identify which units are which, you know. It just helps. Looks awesome, sir. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. And Gaddis Gaming. What are you saying here? I need to build an extra section on my house to set up like this. Oh, yeah. Garages are also nice. This room that I'm in right now is the attached garage. Behind those shelves there is a garage door. The garage door has been replaced with a window, so it's all window. You can't see in or out because I got shelves there. This is like the side door of the house, and that's the back door of the house. But yeah, this is the garage. Behind me is the laundry room, which is actually walled off. Before we bought it, somebody had put a wall between this room and the washer and dryer. And they carpeted this. And they basically made this an extra bonus room, which, of course, I turned it into my man cave. Those shelves used to be against this wall over here, but I was feeling that I had the wrong type of shelves for what I needed. I needed this type of shelves because I can get more, because it's only miniatures, I can get more miniatures than I can on something like that. I would have to put them in boxes or carrying cases or something like that. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to display them. But the shelf over there is actually my eBay inventory projects that I'm going to paint, or figures that are already painted, or what have you. Alright guys, I just want to show you one last thing before we leave. Five Waterloo box sets. Alright, I'll let you go.